All right, welcome into the rundown, the Halloween edition. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining me today. You guys are awesome as always for checking out the show. If you would like to join the show, I'm going to put the link over here. You guys can step in and do your thing. Here is the link if you would like to join the program today as we do the rundown here on the Carolina Jackpot channel. Thanks to Jackpot for letting me host this hour of, well, today's been like a half hour of Christmas, half hour of silliness. Anyway, we got all kind of stuff we're going to get into today. I want to go over quickly around the SEC and the ACC today. Christopher says, "Go Tigers!" Yes, as always, go Tigers. It's always a good day to go Tigers. By the way. Anyway, hey, I want to look through the. We haven't done this week, so let's go through the SEC and the ACC and what is happening here today. We will start with the SEC this week. First game is high noon on Saturday. Ole Miss is at Arkansas. Mississippi State. Ole Miss is an 8-point favorite there. Anybody get the feeling that maybe Arkansas can win that game? Not saying they will. Just saying I wouldn't be shocked. Vanderbilt is playing Auburn. I think that that's one of the games I don't want to place a wager on this weekend because 7.5 points. Auburn is a shithole. And what does Jackpot call him? San Diego Pavia or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, that guy, he covers. I mean, that's just the way that it is. Anyway, I like Vanderbilt to win that game outright on the road because Auburn's not very good. We've also got Oklahoma playing Maine. No one cares. I know it sounds silly. Florida is playing Georgia. I text Peg and Megan and said, how many touchdowns are you going to lose by? Because normally I get a message from Peg and Megan telling me, man, this Florida team can beat us. And then Georgia goes out and whips them by fucking 30. And then he's like, rrr. And then he expects me to take him seriously when he comes to me with shit like that. But he's done this to me for, 2 years now. Oh, we don't start with this Florida team can beat our ass. No, they can't. No, they can't. You're not losing by a couple of touchdowns to Florida. So Georgia's favored by 15 points. Georgia beats people. It's just the way that it is. Mississippi State is 1-7 on the year. They're an 18-point favorite over UMass. They will cover. UMass is not very good. Then we've got Kentucky and Tennessee. Tennessee's a big favorite there. Kentucky, like we joke about, this is their Super Bowl. It is their Super Bowl. I mean, let's not get silly here. It's their Super Bowl. Tennessee should blow them out easily. And then we've got the big matchup, Texas A&M and South Carolina. Texas A&M, the line is now moved up to 3 points. 3 points. Look, I'm not just ripping South Carolina here. I'm just being honest with you. Okay? South Carolina gets sacked a lot. Texas A&M has a defense that's in the top 5 of the SEC in almost all categories. There you go. Never, ever fails. Put all your money on Florida. Exactly, Peg and Megan. Peg and Megan would come on here and tell me that Napier's going to learn how to coach, But last week he was a dope. This game scares the shit out of him because Peg and Megan lives to mock the Florida faithful on all their sports talk channels and everything else. And he'll never hear the fucking end of it if Georgia loses a game to Florida. Holy shit. Talking about shaking up the SEC if that happens. I think a loss like that would probably knock Georgia down a notch where people are you're going to have look, Josh Pate's already laying the line out for you that, hey, a 9-3 LSU team, they could get in over an 11-1 Indiana team from the Big Ten, which is fucking dumb to the 18th level. This whole thing of, hey, we're going to put you into something just because we think that you're that way, not that you've actually gone out and achieved results. That's in line with a lot of politics nowadays. since we're close to the election. We think that you're going to be good. We think that you're going to be good, so we're going to put you in there, even though you've accomplished absolutely fucking nothing. But we're going to put you in anyway because that's the way that we are. Anyway, yeah, what a mess. Fireball says, hey, it does matter who you play, though, Rob. 11-1 in a Big Ten schedule. They don't deserve to go over a 9-3 team. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Not even hearing all that, man. Not even hearing all that. Anyway, let's look at the ACC matchups. Duke plays Miami. Miami's a 20-point favorite. I talked about this the other night on the show. Or was it last night? I think it was last night. Duke last week forced 6 turnovers and still lost. That math does not add up. It just doesn't. Stanford I think Miami wins and blows them out. Stanford, the tree, plays NC State. It would be fun if Stanford won because fuck Dave Doran. You guys know how I feel about that fool. Virginia Tech and Syracuse. Syracuse is a 4-point dog at home. I think Virginia Tech loses. Syracuse plays great on the carpet. On the CW. They're pretty good on the CW. North Carolina's at Florida State. Florida State is a 2.5-point dog at home. Florida State's going to lose big. I think they've quit on Norvell. Did you see where their one receiver has not they had the one recruit they had that was a receiver decommitted from them. So they have no wide receiver recruits, period, in their recruiting class. It's coming down. It's coming down. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, what's the other? Oh, the other matchups in the ACC here. Let's go with Louisville and Clemson. Clemson's going to win that game. Louisville's not very good. And then you've got Pittsburgh and SMU. I think Pitt wins that game. I think they're drastically underrated. And SMU's living on hope there. Hey, Bo Hunting, what's up? Happy Halloween to you. Who's going out trick-or-treating tonight? I'm taking the kids out. I'm going to dress like a gorilla. Yep, dressing like a gorilla. Taking the kids out. It's going to be fun. Gonna be fun tonight. Anyway, yeah, so there's your big games there. You've also got Oregon and Ohio State. I'm in the camp of I'm tired of hearing about Ohio State fans. I'm tired of hearing it's just, oh, we're just tougher because we're Ohio State. You know what? You've got to show me something. You do. And until you do, I'm just not feeling it, man. Just not feeling it. Yeah, Fireball, we do get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Like, and our neighborhood's so big, I put the kids on the golf cart, and then we take them all over the place. So, you know, I know it's spoiling them, and it's like, hey, that's not what we did when we were kids, but it's easier, and I don't have to worry about some dope hitting them. Peg and Megan says I'm taking my shirt off. No, Peg and Megan, that's not what's happening. Anyway, yeah, there's that. What was it? I wanted to read a comment from somebody said something about Clemson hasn't beaten a team with a record over 500, and that's a fair thing to put out there. But Clemson can't determine their conference schedule. Okay? They can't. I mean, that's just the way that it is. But before you come at me with that, South Carolina's kind of in the same boat. I mean, Old Dominion is 4-4. Kentucky is, what is Kentucky's ranking here? Kentucky, what are they at? Kentucky is Ooh, I don't know. Kentucky's 3-5. Oklahoma's 4-4. Akron, what is Akron? Let's see what Akron is, just for fun. So, yes, South Carolina dominated Akron, winning 50-7. No, you did not beat LSU. You lost to LSU. I'm sorry. You can get pissed off at the referees, but you lost to LSU. So there's that. Akron, by the way, is Akron is 2-6. So before you come throwing shade at Clemson, just realize your best win, I guess, is Kentucky. So good for you, sir. Good for you. What do you want me to say about the ACC there, Peg and Megan? I know that you have to put down the conference because they tell all you guys that in Birmingham because you have to suck that SEC dick down to the nuts, all right, to validate your programs because we're sitting here and we're having to be fed. Well, you know, maybe Oklahoma's good even though they're 4-4 and they gave up 39 sacks on the year. Maybe they you still have to look at them as they're great, though. Same thing for Mississippi State. Mississippi State would go and win the fucking ACC right now. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Just stop. Just look at the teams that are there and what they have done and enjoy the game like that. Stop sitting here and trying to suck the Vanderbilt penis. It just looks stupid. I don't care. Joker says that. I don't care. You're an SEC fan. You should be a fan of a school. The ACC's held their own. I don't really know the record there, Daniel. I'd have to look. I don't care. I'll get me in jail. I don't think it'll get me in jail for that. The people have said far worse. Far worse. But anyway. So there's that. The big game of the week in the ACC is Pittsburgh and SMU. And I like Pittsburgh to win outright. Outright at Gerald J. Ford Stadium, sir. Gerald J. Ford Stadium. Let me see if I can Google that. ACC versus SEC record. This season. I think it's because he typed it. So, I don't know. It's a good question. I'll check that out and I'll post that later on the Facebook page. What Brock is saying is fair. There you go. There's a stain on my hat, by the way. Thank you, Joker. I appreciate you looking out for me, man. Anyway, I'm taking the kids out to do the trick-or-treating this evening. So we're going to head out to do that, getting the golf cart wrapped up. Yeah, there's 2 wins. And then Clemson lost to Georgia. And I don't know the other ones that are there, to be honest with you. We got a couple at the end of the season here. That's for sure. Those are coming. So, yeah. Rooster says the Taters ain't played anybody, and I understand that. It makes it easy for you to put your Gamecock content out there with that, and that's fine. I disagree though. Hello, Harrison. Welcome to the show. All right. Anyway, those are the big games tonight. If you're gonna bet tonight, Houston is a 2.5-point dog to the Jets. I think Houston wins that game outright, and then I like Tulane to cover. So. There's that. All right. So anyway, got to get my stuff together for trick or treating. This is Harris says, "Go Cox with taters." Honestly, really good. Luck into the season. Hello, Peg and Megan.
Rob, did you just say the ACC has held their own?
No, I did not.
I believe you just did.
Okay, well, if I did, then I don't remember saying it. I
Yeah.
said I don't know how. I don't know if they've held their own or not. I think is what I said.
Well, it's not, but we'll let it go. Well,
Sure.
I had a thought. For Halloween, why don't you just stay Danny Cannell? I mean, that's everybody knows who he is. I mean, you've been basically prostituting as Danny Cannell for the last few years. You're doing it again today.
Let me
So,
help you with something on that. I've never watched anything with Danny Cannell in it. The last time I've seen Danny Cannell as a human being is when he was playing football.
yeah. Again, another lie. You're 0 for 2 on facts
I've
this
never
afternoon.
watched Danny
Uh,
Cannell. How can you call something a lie if you sat and said, "Hey, Rob, I watched you do that"? No, I've never watched Danny Cannell.
well, somehow you basically have him quoted word for word. That's odd.
Maybe he
I,
fucking steals from me, dude. Why don't you go with that? He's
okay.
not fucking smart. He's out there running his head into the fucking football ground forever. Maybe that's maybe he's quoting me.
I'll go with you on the not smart part.
Fair enough.
Listen, I do have a big take. And to your surprise, I am not predicting a Florida win.
Shut up.
I am guaranteeing a Florida win.
All right. Well, when Georgia wins, you need to come on the program and apologize.
I'll give you one reason for a big upset, a guaranteed upset this weekend.
What's that?
Kirsten Becky, formerly
Well,
known as Carson Beck, that apparently had his nuts cut off. And I know there's people are going to say it's his receivers. They ran the wrong. Sometimes that did happen, and he had drops too. They have not helped. But he
yeah.
has go back and watch that Bama game and that Kentucky game. If Kentucky's DBs could catch, they win that game. Thanks to Kirsten Becky. He's
Well,
he's I know he's ranked like fourth among quarterbacks in the SEC, but it's the big games that he tends to just. He looks like he doesn't want to be in that moment. He just like it's too big for him. Have you not noticed that in the big
I,
game?
I, I guess I could buy that, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to be combative with you. I think that when you step back, though, you step back though. I mean, would you think that he's a top four quarterback in the conference?
I don't know. Not a definitive top four.
Did you feel more safe with Bennett out there at quarterback or Beck?
Early or late Bennett, because he definitely was a different quarterback late in his career.
I think he started drinking. I think that helped him. I'm not mocking. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly, I don't want to take a shit on Beck because I think he's a good quarterback, but he's throwing a lot of fucking dumbass stuff right now. You know,
Well,
he's throwing
he's
interceptions.
also
Don't make any sense.
yeah, and he's also gotten away with a lot of really dumb throws that for whatever reason weren't picked off. They were really tight windows he probably shouldn't have even tried to throw into. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. He just scares me in these big games. He just does. Florida being without Eugene Wilson is a big deal, a really big deal in my opinion. I think he was the most talented offensive threat on the field.
You don't think
But
these guys have quit on Napier?
I think they're feeling a little bit of juice right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess they're getting jacked up for that game, and this could be for some of them their last meaningful game that they'll play in. You know what I mean?
I will
So
say this: if I'm wrong and that game turns ugly in Georgia's favor, I think they quit. At, third quarter ish for the rest of the year.
yeah, I think
But
Georgia's going to eventually wear them out, and I think the running game will end up coming through for Georgia, and I think that they will be victorious. I think they should cover. You know?
I don't know. The running game has not been working for Georgia this year. It's had a couple of good spots, but for the most part, it has not been there.
You don't run the ball like you've been like a typical Georgia team. You don't look at
No,
that team
not
and
at
think,
all.
you know what, that is a Georgia offense where we're going to line up and run the ball down your throat, and there's not going to be much you
Yeah.
can do about it. They just don't.
No,
So
and
I guess I could buy into that.
ironically, the two national championships, we had no true stud running backs on that team after years and years and years of having just absolute beasts as running backs and not winning
Yeah.
it. You know.
Yeah. I mean that's fair. I'm confident in what Georgia does, and I think they're going to be fine. I mean, I don't know if this is just a thing where it's like reverse psychology with you, and you're going into it thinking, "Holy crap, they can beat us!" But I mean, come on, man, your team's so
This
much
isn't.
better than they are.
No, this isn't that. This is a guaranteed win for Florida. I can smell it this time. I can taste it. I hate
But I
it,
tell you
but I
what,
can taste it.
if it happens, you need to come on the program and apologize. And if not, if they do win, I will apologize to you. We will call you the
Now,
football savant of the month.
now this is a man who's told us for years how bad the SEC is and how great the ACC is, and you're wanting me to come
I'm
on
not
here and
saying that
apologize.
that's the thing. You only hear part of it. All I'm saying is that support your team. Don't suck the dick of another team in the conference. I don't understand why you people can't get that. I don't get it. Y'all get jacked up to play Florida this week, right? But next week, if Florida is playing Clemson, you're like, fuck, I got to get me a Florida jersey. It's ridiculous, man. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid the way that people act about that stuff. I have to root for the conference team. Shut up. No one gives a fuck about any of these other teams. They would cut your throat for a recruit in a second, but hey, we're going to cheer for them just because they're playing the ACC. It just looks stupid. It really does. Anyway, do you have anything else you want to say this afternoon? Hello. There's Peg and Megan. All right, anyway. All right, well, there's Peg and Megan joining the show. Thank you, buddy. Rooster says he's rooting for SMU to win the ACC. Okay, that's fine. All right, guys, I got to get ready for trick or treat and everything else. We appreciate you guys. Betting picks tonight. I like Houston, and I like Tulane. There you go. Make sure you follow the show on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Rob Sounds Good. We'll talk to you later on.